It's Monday morning. Here you are on a C13 with your head clear in underneath the cab running an overhead. You got your valve lash all set up, and now you got to torque everything down. What torque wrench do you go ahead and use? Here we use just a click style torque wrench. We can't see the digital reader, but we can hear the click and we won't over torque. So once we know we've got the proper torque set, it's going to click, stop, and we can move on. There are other options. We could use a digital torque wrench that will light up and show us the torque, or we can just stay with this click style torque wrench. Here I've got a few examples of the torque wrenches. These are mine. I have a Matco digital, I have a Snap-on digital, but I have a big Matco 3/4 torque wrench. It's a click style. I use all of them. I got my digital ones at a very reasonable price a few years ago, and so I went ahead and picked them up. Now I could have stayed with just the standard click style torque wrench and it would have been just fine, but the cost of those digitals that I was able to get, I went ahead and picked them up. Now here's a set of click style torque wrenches, and this is with a technician that I work with. He's been rebuilding engines for over 16 years, and this is all he uses. He doesn't have any of the digital ones, he just has these, and they work great. Here I'm torquing ahead on a C15, the second series of torque. I'm using my Matco 1/2-inch drive, and as it gets close to the torque, it lights up and then it's going to vibrate and beep, buzz. Now I can over torque this. If I don't stop, I can keep on torquing and I'll over torque those bolts. Where a click style usually stops over torquing, yeah you can, but you usually don't. Once that clicks, most people stop applying pressure to the wrench and the torquing's done, and you know it's set right where it needs to be set. So yeah, you do have an advantage of not over torquing with a click style, but it's also nice to have the digital reading so you can see exactly where they were set. So here's an example of the click style. Once you start setting up the torque and then click, you're done. You're not moving it anymore, and you just stop. So now comes the question, which style torque wrench do you choose? So here's my opinion, and it's just my opinion. If you're a brand new tech, going to school, just stepping out, getting a job, I'd go with the click style torque wrench. They're cheap, they're great, they do what you need, you don't have anything fancy, and then as you move along in your career and you move up and you start needing a little bit more, then switch to a digital torque wrench. Now that doesn't mean, hey, if you don't get a good buy on a digital torque wrench, don't pick it up. I would, and that's what I've done. There's my opinion on it. This is my first video. It was a little rough, but I thank you for watching. I'm working on my next one. Hopefully it'll be a lot better. But I thank you for watching, and stay tuned for the next one.